welcome to another Chelsea chat. And tonight it was Udinese, Udinese 1, Chelsea 3. I had a couple of vinos, so excuse it, but I thought I'd get this done and out of the way while everything was still fresh in my mind. And before I go on social media full on, I looked at half time. Mendy was getting stick. Need to sell him, put Kepa in goal, all the usual. Before I go on to social media and see what the naysayers have got to say, the prophets of doom, the pint half empty gang, the I haven't even got a bloody glass gang, the private phrases from Dad's army, we're doomed, and of course I can't forget the total cabbages who haven't even got any sort of reasoning behind their argument. We didn't play very well today, so do chill out. We need a centre forward. A world class centre forward. You can't leave it with Brozier and Havertz. We'll get relegated. You know the bunch. You know the bunch. I actually find it quite funny now. I'm glad when they come on and say something. I don't often answer. If I do, it's only to sort of, get them on the hook. Get them to be abusive. But, oh dear. What happened to the days when you supported a manager and a team? We've all got opinions. We'd all like people signed. I'd like us to sign Messi a few years ago. But we didn't. But you know what? We still won the European Cup twice. And you've got to get behind the players that are there, in my humble opinion. But these people are funny. And they're growing. The actual amount of them is growing. No patience, no brains, nothing. Anyway, that's it. That's me having my say. So before I go on there and watch that, I'm in a good mood. I thought Chelsea played really quite well tonight, apart from 10 minutes at the end of the first half where I thought we dropped off the pace a bit. I was really pleased with that performance. For all those people after the Arsenal game who said that Tuchel had lost the dressing room because we lost the pre-season friendly, I think tonight showed him with you. He probably hasn't. We're probably in a lot better shape than the naysayers and the private phrases we doomed give us credit for. So tonight we started with Mendy in goal, Reece James at right back, Marcos Alonso at left back, Aspie, Silva and Koulibaly playing the three centre half roles. Koulibaly obviously on the right, replacing Rudiger. In the middle we had Kante and Jorginho, and in front of them we had Sterling, Mount and Havertz. Not sure if Sterling was in front of Havertz or Havertz was in front of Sterling. It was quite a fluid sort of front line, and to be fair, we should have scored a lot more goals. The story doesn't change. We should have scored a lot more goals. We had 20 shots on goal. 10 on target, 50%. I'll tell you what, that's better than we were doing last season. So I was quite pleased with that. But the overall play was very, very good. Koulibaly looked really assured at the back. There's one sliding tackle and it was just class. I'll tell you. And also he slid in for a tackle down by the corner flag in the second half, and there was no thought of just putting the ball out. He wanted to keep it in and get up and play, and he got a foul out of it. I just thought, quality, absolute quality. Silva was quality next to him. We looked good. Kante in midfield. I said to people it would have been a different game against Arsenal if Kante had been in there, and tonight he was top notch. For all those experts out there that want to sell him, oh, he's 30, he's 31, he's past it, he's had injuries. For all that lot, he just said, spin on it tonight. He was top class, and it's probably done him good actually, training on his own at Cobham, and and not being out in the States. He looks refreshed. He really looks refreshed tonight, and scored a great goal as well. Scored a great goal, but his overall play was superb. I think I'm just going to give him the man of the match, just edging out Mason Mount, because Mason Mount was immense tonight as well. Sterling, he looked the mutts nuts. He really did. He scored a fortunate goal, which was our second one, when he hit it at the goalkeeper. It came back, hit his knee, and went over the keeper. But you know what? You've got to be in them positions to get that stroke of luck. But he's so direct. There was one bit of play where it accelerated from 0 to 60 and then stopped 60 to 0. Left the player on his backside, and the lad is absolute quality, and he's going to do great for us next year. Just ooze quality. There's no settling in period for him. He's started on all cylinders. Mason Mount is Mason Mount. Gave 100% tonight, and couple of loose balls. If I was going to be hypercritical, which obviously the naysayers, the the private phrases they're going to be. They would have spotted it, got the minutes, and wanted him sold in the morning. But for the rest of us, normal human beings, he was the business tonight. He played really, really well, always made himself available, always dangerous. And when he got a third goal, which looked a bit offside to me, I'll be honest, but there was no playback that I saw, so maybe he wasn't. But it was well deserved. He put a proper shift in, so well done, Mason Mount. Havertz should have scored. I do tend to agree that we could do with an out-and-out centre forward, but I'm one of those small minority of people that like to see Broja get a real shot up there, because, like I said in a previous video, his stats last season were very similar to Harry Kane's first season in the Premier, and we all know what happened the second season and after that. Broja reminds me a lot of Kane, a young Kane, and I'd like to see him get the chance. But I am in a minority. Everyone else wants to sign Ronaldo or Kane or whoever, So yeah, carry on playing fantasy football, carry on being disappointed, but in the real world, maybe give a young lad who's been with the club for years a chance. And if it don't work out, then next season you go in the market and you buy a guaranteed set of goals in a top quality centre forward. But I think it's worth giving that young lad the chance. So yeah, back to the night. 68% possession says it all, really. Second half, well into the second half, we took James off and brought Hudson-Odoi on. Looked sharp, plenty of space with Udinese, so we can only beat what's in front of you. And he looked sharp, and he set up Mason Mount after putting a couple of good balls in before then. Emerson took over from Koulibaly. Looked fine. They weren't much of an attacking threat, to be honest. Billy Gilmore come on for Jorginho. Jorginho had been excellent tonight, to be fair, but Billy came on. I was pleased to see Billy. I'd like to see him given a chance as well, even if it's not the amount of minutes that he'd like. Kennedy come on for Sterling. Game was over by then. Kennedy looks quite sharp, actually. Looks quite sharp. But sort of offensively on that right, he looks pretty decent, to be fair. I think it's maybe even worth keeping him as a squad member. Again, I'm probably in the minority, and I'll probably get slated for that. And Harvey Vale came on for Kai Havertz. A little bit unlucky. The ball didn't run for him once. Hard working lad. Again, probably I think he needs a season on loan before coming back to us, but definitely got potential, lad. Big, strong lad, and good pair of feet on him. And as we saw in the recent was it England under-19 games, good head on him as well. Not 19 yet. Real good prospect. So, player scores. Mendy, he's only going to get a 5 from me. That is because despite the Cabbages being up in arms, wanting him sold, wanting Kepa in, all the usual rubbish here, and we're all entitled to our opinions. A couple of people said to me the other day they didn't rate him. Well, I do rate him. I think he's a top keeper. He's not an Allison by any means, but he's pretty damn decent. Good shot stopper, good in the air. Sometimes a bit too quick off his line, if anything. But he hasn't had a great pre-season, and tonight he's either got to push. The guy had a shot. He's either got to push it wide and behind the goal, or he's got to hold on to it. Now, I didn't think it was hit, but then again, I'm not. See, easy on telly in my armchair, isn't it? I didn't think it was hit that hard that he couldn't actually hold that. But if it was, and I've deceived, it should have enough power on him that he can push it by. Hopefully, because it's the second time he's done it in pre-season, hopefully he's learned from it. And if he hasn't, I'm sure Tuchel will be giving Kepa a game, or whoever, if Kepa goes to Leicester, has been muted because Schmeichel's meant to be off, and we want, is it Fofana? Could be a deal going there. But the reserve team keeper will be getting a game if Edouard doesn't pull his socks up. Other than that, he done all right. An easy save and one really good. He's good when he dives outwards. I think it was against Arsenal. He dived outwards and caught a ball when it was a certain goal. And tonight he done the same thing. People don't notice that sort of stuff, but yeah, he's a quality keeper. He's a quality keeper, and I don't think he should be sold in the morning because he's made a rick. But what do I know? What do I know? I don't get the big bucks like Tuchel does, and I don't do plumbing like some of Mendy's biggest critics do. So yeah, Mendy gets a 5. Reece James gets a 6.5. Got forward well, defended well. Yeah, didn't really show out in the game, but done all right. Alonso's getting a 6.5 as well. Played well. Perhaps should have scored. Good volley. Yeah, looking to go forward. I thought Alonso was decent. Aspie gets a 7. Silva gets a 7.5. Koulibaly gets a 7.5. Koulibaly looked really assured. Silva always looks assured anyway, doesn't he? We looked great at the back, to be honest. But we weren't playing against a real top forward line. They had that Defayu, wasn't it? Who was at Everton and Watford and flattered to deceive, although he has scored against us before. I think that's when Watford beat us. And some bloke called Soppy out on the wing, and it just about summed him up. If anyone was given the right surname at birth, it was Soppy. In the middle, Kante's going to get a 9 from me, and Jorginho's going to get an 8. I thought they were both very, very good, but Kante's my man of the match. Sterling gets an 8, Mount gets an 8.5, and Havertz gets a 6. And Tommy Tuchel gets an 8 because it looks like they were on their knees after that Arsenal game. But most rational people realise that this tour was put together by the previous regime, and presumably there should have been other games arranged, because you normally play sort of 6 or 7 pre-season friendlies. But because of the sanctions, because we didn't even know if there'd be a club, we couldn't organise games apparently. I don't think a lot of people realise how deeply in trouble we were. But apparently that's the reason there's not so many friendly games, because we couldn't organise them. We couldn't say that we're definitely going to be there. So I suppose the normal ones of us, the proper supporters, are just grateful that we've got a club. Just grateful that we've got a club. And all this, they're too big to go out of extinction, this, that and the other. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. They said that about Woolworths on the high street, didn't they? Right, so that's me. Tommy Tuchel, well done. He got them all at it tonight. Even Alonso and Aspie, who were supposed to be wanting away, put a proper shift in. Sterling, Koulibaly looked great buys. Mason Mount was his usual brilliant self. And little Kante, he gave it the big one. The big spin on this to all the private phrases out there. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Even if you totally disagree with everything I've said, just let me know. But let me know why. You know, I can. I love reasoned debate, but just, you know, oh, you're a spastic. So not you're supposed to say that nowadays, are you? But that's sort of rubbish. You know what I mean, don't you? Okay, please subscribe to the channel. Please throw the video a like and let me know what you think. Okay, speak to you soon after the Everton game. Up to Chelsea.